Hello. Hello, everybody. If you are watching the replay, please bear with me while I wait for others to come on. So, if you would like to receive my notifications before everybody else on Instagram does, make sure that you join my Telegram group, which the link is in my bio, or if you are in on YouTube, the link will be in the description below. Okay, so when I did the video this morning on the soul's journey through life and death, some people were wondering about memories. So I decided to come on live and talk about memories and talk about the process of hypnosis as well, which I was introduced to for a few years ago and have actually started, have actually done quite a few sessions with some clients already. And so first, before we get started on the whole hypnosis side, let me explain to you about our past life memories, okay? So one of the major questions that I got after I did the video this morning, like I said before, was if we're supposed to elevate, why don't they allow us to remember our past life memories? And the answer is spirit does allow you to remember past life memories. However, your past life memories are kept in a compressed file, kind of like when you're like in a computer where it's like a zip file, right? The way Sam likes to explain it. In a compressed file of information, because that level of information can be extremely overwhelming for someone when they are trying to focus on one lifetime. So all the memories of your past life, or your memories of your past lives, are kept in a compressed file in your subconscious mind. The way that you access these memories and you decompress them or open the zip file, I guess if you think of it in computer terms, imagine when you have a very large amount of data, like a video that's really high in gigabytes, right? You usually would have to compress it to get it into and move it to some sort of terabyte drive. Okay, so our brain is literally, a lot of people who study the brain and the brain's abilities have said that we can access about 10 to 20% of our brain at a time. The other aspect, the other 60 to 80% of the brain is subconscious cataloging. Okay, so that means that we have memories from past lives, we have memories from this lifetime, we have subconscious memories that we don't even realize that we noticed. So we have, for example, bystander memories, meaning that when we experience some sort of situation, we don't even realize it, that we might have noticed something small, like what someone was wearing or what their perfume smelled like or things like that. Okay, so there is a lot of information stored in your subconscious, okay, which was really interesting to me when a friend of mine, who I think is actually on the live, introduced me to past life regression through hypnosis a few years ago, and I started practicing it. And the reason for it basically is that through a safe method of hypnosis, it allows you to decompress the file in a safe way so that you can process it. And I can tell you that processing that information from a person that actually has gone through past life regression through hypnosis, processing that information takes time, okay? Because every time I do a hypnosis session for myself, that I get a hypnosis session done for myself, it's usually about 2 hours long, the session itself, but the information that I receive takes me weeks to process, okay? Because if there's just so much information. If we were automatically able to access that information, usually we're able to automatically access it from what I've read about the subconscious mind, between the ages between birth and the ages of like 5 and 6, and then around 5 and 6 our brain starts to catalog things more in order to give us the ability to take on the knowledge of the new life that we are living right now. So there are two purposes for hypnosis. The first purpose for hypnosis is to program. So that is where a lot of people get caught up in the programming of the programming use of hypnosis, that you can program, you can make people suggestible. But another aspect of hypnosis is retrieval of memories, retrieval of information. Okay, so a lot of I've been doing some reading lately about psychics that were used by the CIA and different government agencies, as well as hypnotherapists that assisted certain government agencies, because these hypnotherapists and these spiritists or spiritualists people, these psychics, had information where they could actually astral project themselves into other countries and be able to spy on other governments and things like that. And the hypnotist would allow people to be able to retrieve information and be able to give intel. So the gift of hypnosis is a very powerful one, although it can be a very dangerous one, but it can be a very powerful one, because it actually allows you to get into a state where you are between consciousness and subconsciousness, kind of like between awake and asleep. In that little gateway, hypnosis allows us who practice it, okay, it allows us to retrieve information that might not be as present for you in the conscious state. This is also especially helpful for victims of trauma, as well as people who witness crimes, okay? So sometimes the hypnotherapist or the past life regression specialist would be utilized during witness testimony retrieval for extremely important cases, like federal crimes, for example, in different countries. If somebody witnessed a federal crime, but they were not really sure on the details, then a hypnotherapist would be brought in to hypnotize the person and retrieve the information from their subconscious mind, because your subconscious can store the smallest of things when your conscious mind pushes it away. So that zip file of information can be accessed as well through meditation. However, it does take a much more dedication and much more intensive work and much more focus in your meditation practice to retrieve those files from your subconscious mind than it does usually for a hypnotist like myself and my friend and other hypnotists in the world to retrieve the information from your subconscious mind through a hypnosis session. Okay. So yes, we do remember our memories from all our past lives. They're all there. The only thing is that they have to be decompressed so that we can process them, because otherwise they wouldn't be very helpful for us, because they would be so overwhelming to the current consciousness that you are focusing on, that it would make it difficult for you to focus on your current lesson that you're meant to learn in this lifetime. Did I miss anything, Robin? So it's really important. I'm having my smoothie. Really important to do that. Excuse me, I'm taking a sip of this. But so when you do hypnosis, I have personally, this is not what every hypnotist does, but I have personally combined hypnosis with my spiritual practice because it is very similar to when our indigenous ancestors used to practice trance meditation. Possession is a similar aspect of hypnosis. It's not specifically hypnosis, but hypnosis does have a correlation to allowing yourself to be possessed by beings of light. There is a correlation between the two because the level of consciousness that you're in is very similar when you are possessed and when you are under hypnosis. So it's a very similar process. Exactly. So, but you cannot be hypnotized. Like I said before in previous lives, you cannot be hypnotized if you do not give consent. Which is why I always say when you sit down to watch TV, you have to be careful what you are passively consenting to, because as soon as you sit down and you let down your conscious barriers, your consent barriers, and you just sit there, you go into the alpha wave, you go into the waves of your brain that naturally consent to hypnosis, which is where hypnosis can become dangerous because it can be utilized by those who don't have good intentions to program your mind. Okay? So, yeah. So there it is. That's the answer. So if you are in the Texas area and you would like to get a hypnosis session, you can check out Quantum Miracles. She's in the Texas area. So if you wanted to get a hypnosis session done in person and you're in the Texas area, you can check her out. There are people who refuse to be hypnotized because they just don't give in. They have a control problem, and they have a controlling personality, and they tend to not be good candidates for hypnosis. Exactly. That's how they program you with advertisements and other such things. Correct. However, there is a beautiful aspect of hypnosis, which again is the past life regression, memory retrieval, and connection to the higher self. So everything has a light and a darkness depending on how people intend to use it. So if you have bad intentions, then you would use it for bad things. But if you have good intentions, then you would use it for good things. And the only thing is that it is recommended that if you are getting hypnosis done, you do it with someone who has been trained in doing hypnosis, because if someone does not know how to properly do hypnosis, I had to take a deep course to do hypnosis. So did my friend who introduced me to it. She actually had to do multiple courses to specialize in her section of hypnosis. So it's really important that when you do hypnosis, that you do it with someone who is spiritually aware and who is well trained, because when you are under hypnosis, other things can come up, such as spiritual attachments and all those kind of other things. That's weird. So make sure that sorry, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see everybody's comments. So make sure that when you are getting hypnosis done, that you're doing it with someone who has received that training. Okay. So again, if you are in the Texas area, just look up Quantum Miracles on Instagram, and you'll find Robin, who practices it and you can also find her on www.quantummiracles.co if you are in Texas. She has a practice in Texas for past life regression. And if you are in New York and you would like to get it done, I do offer past life regressions as well in the tri-state area. But I do require a consultation beforehand, because I do ask your spirit guides what other things besides hypnosis should you also be doing in addition to hypnosis. All right, my loves. So that's it. That's the answer to the question. You do have all your memories. You just have to learn how Sam said, unzip them. Exactly. Your soul memory is stored in your DNA and transfers between lives. Very, very true. Yes, very true. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'll go ahead and post a replay here and on YouTube, God willing. And again, for those of you who don't know, the Magical VIP group is open until the end of February. After February, it will be closing for a time until Spirit asks me to open it up again. Spirit has their reasons for doing it this way. So, and if you wanted to do any spiritual cleanses, discuss hypnosis sessions for past life regression, you can contact me in my link in bio or in the link in the description by booking a consultation. Okay, I will not be offering readings moving forward for a while because Spirit has me focusing on spiritual work and on the hypnosis, exorcisms, things like that right now. More deeply cleansing, serious spirit removals. So if you would like to book a consultation with me, that is the only way currently to access me in a private session. Otherwise, everything that, as much as I'm going to start making as much magical works as possible that you can get on my website, on the HP May Magic Shop, so that you are able to do your spells for yourself with the help of my magic. So most of the spells that I usually would do privately will start to be available on my HP May Magic Shop, as I will be focusing more on serious cleansing, spiritual development, and things like that. Okay, so if you are looking into spiritual development, into cleansings, hypnosis sessions, you can book a consultation with me. Otherwise, all of my other magical tools, all of my other magical assistance will be available in the HP May Magic Shop. And if you want to learn how to do magic and start your magical journey, you can join my Magical VIP. That's all I have for you today. Many blessings. Bye-bye.